there are so many different things that we need to be considering when we're thinking about feeling good as we go out and live our big, beautiful dreams. The side benefit is when you are feeling good, your energy is higher. You get the best of you, everyone around you does, and your work does too. Hi, welcome to the Connect with Sheila podcast. I'm an entrepreneur, self-care strategist, and creator of the Seasons self-care app. I'm committed to helping you reconnect to your purpose, elevate your well-being, and build your version of a happy, successful life. You're listening to a Monday minisode where I share an insight designed to help you live into what lights you up this week. I'm feeling extra lit up because I have been doubling down on the practices that help my body feel its best. This should be no surprise. This is my work. Self-care as a growth strategy has been the thing that has gotten to me this place in my life, and it has really been the underpinning of the work that I do with my clients. And I get so focused in creativity mode, in delivering with my clients, in coaching, in showing up in events, that sometimes I maybe shortchange some of my physical practices from time to time. And this past quarter was a season where that happened. I found myself standing too long, sitting too long, and not being in the best kind of physical state in terms of the way I was standing, like my stance. And I would get so focused, I wouldn't even realize I would be in one position for a little bit too long. And of course, leading up to the holidays, that was fine. I actually felt really good. And then I went away on our trip for the end of the year and had a really wonderful, graceful exit of 2024 and a really gentle reentry into 2025. But what happened was I didn't dial in some of my stretching practices that I was doing before to really help me ease back into things, because I really kind of got into the rhythm, got really focused. All that to say, I had a little bit of some workplace injuries, if you will call it, like if you want to call what I do, like standing at a desk, that's my workplace. And I don't know if you can resonate with this, where you get so focused that you don't realize that your body is going to take a hit until later. And then you have repair work to do. And so you have no choice but to actually do the things and spend the additional time to feel better. So for me, that included extra chiropractic, massage, sauna. I got into more hot yoga and really allowed myself to sink into the practice. And then as I was starting to feel more limber, I actually decided to join a gym. My free weights that were decently heavy for a long time when I was doing the HIIT workout, they weren't cutting it anymore. So now going to a gym where I have access to a large number of weights and things that are cable assisted so they can help me really make sure my form is good. All of those things have been serving to help me not only heal, but build the muscle around those areas that were really stressed and that had gotten hurt. And so sometimes we think, I just need to rest, completely rest, and let something heal. The thing is, yes, we need to go easy. And I was going easy. But what I found is the less I did, the more pain I started to get into. Even sitting, lying down became uncomfortable. So what does this tell us? We need to move our bodies, and we need to move them intelligently. And I wanted to share this with you almost as a PSA this minisode, because perhaps you find yourself saying things like, I don't really have time to fit in this walk or this weightlifting session, whatever type of weights you want to do. We all, as we get older, we do like through our life to have strong bones and strong shape and stance and everything, and to feel good, lifting heavy things is going to help us do that. So whatever that looks like for you, perhaps it's something like full body, like swimming, or I'm not sure what your thing is that you love, but there are so many different things that we need to be considering when we're thinking about feeling good as we get older, but also feeling good as we go out and live our big, beautiful dreams. Because the side benefit is when you are feeling good, your energy is higher and everybody gets the best of you. You get the best of you, everyone around you does, and your work does too. I've had great ideas, great connections, the oxygen's flowing, the blood's flowing, all those good things are happening. And my energy is at an all-time high because I'm doing the things that make me feel really good. The hurdle, though, is the brain, the thing that tells us, oh, you just need to rest completely. and stop everything. And sometimes when there's an injury, of course, you need to do that. Please do talk to your doctor and your physical therapist, all these people, before you start any exercise routine. But I will tell you, for me, I did do that. And I realized I started to feel better as I started to move. Just so you know how it looked, I was going really slow and lifting really light weights at first. I was not doing all of the yoga stances at first. I was lying in Shavasana. I was lying in child's pose. I was doing those things just to really ease into it. But then slowly, I started to get my mobility back to where it was before. We can think that we can just get started on that at a later time. And I'm telling you, time creeps on and it doesn't serve us when we think that way. I was surprised because I did take a nice break from everything other than walking giant hills in Southern California over the holidays. And I was still eating decent, like really healthy and everything. But I realized just that one piece of working on my flexibility, that is the link that helps everything else work. Like I'm talking my mood, my relationships are connected to my mood. How about you? So I leave that with you this week. What kind of self-care do you need to be dialing in your life? Maybe you have the body pieces completely covered, but there's some stuff in your mind that you need to address. The self-care of having a conversation with a trusted friend, possibly with a therapist, journaling out your thoughts, really getting to the root of the things that are going on in your inner world. And by that, I don't mean we need to like go way back into the past and do a deep dive that's going to take us months and months. What I'm talking about is just really kind of tuning in. Where am I at? What's one thing that I want to feel better about in my emotional, my spiritual, my mental life so that everything else improves? We have all these different areas of our life and they do impact everything we do. This is self-care. It's really caring for the self. And when you do that, you're able to show up more vibrantly as who you're meant to be. And sometimes going through those dark times or going through those painful times physically, like I just went through, and I mean, not as painful as so many people I know have experienced physical challenges. So my heart goes out to you if you are experiencing severe physical challenges right now. It just makes me even more compassionate for people who do, because everything gets impacted when you're in pain. And it's hard to keep a really great mood when you're in pain. And I do realize what has really elevated for me is my gratitude for what is working in my life, for how much grace I do have in my life. And it makes me want to really expand even more into what is possible, into my personal gifts, and to be able to help so many more people. And on that note, if some of the inner work is the stuff that you are struggling with and you want to really get focused and you're now easing into this year, you feel ready to get going, check out my Embodied Success Method. You can see the link to it in the show notes here. If you're watching this live, you can see it in the comments and just type in method and I'll make sure you get that. It's going to guide you through some steps in order to really get clear on the areas that you want to elevate in and how you can reach the goal in doing so that you have set for yourself. There's also a meditation that guides you through it, because I really believe it's not just about sitting down pen to paper. It really is about getting embodied first. So thanks for listening. I hope you have a tremendous week. I hope you feel your best. Let me know how you're doing. You can text me in the show notes as well. And let me know what else you would love to hear more of on this podcast. Looking forward to seeing you on another episode. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Big blessings.